As always. Hello, everybody. Woohoo! Hello,
What
hello,
up?
hello. Hello, everybody. How are you? We hope you're doing well. We're just talking right before we went to this live that it's always, it doesn't matter how many times we do this, right? That we come
It's
live.
always a little nerve wracking.
It's always that moment
Always.
before you hit that red button. Well, it's blue actually. It's blue, and then once you're live, it turns red, and then it starts, counting. Are you okay? Did
I,
you?
was just, 'cause I picked up my phone and I hit myself in the head.
So anyway, so I was saying that it's always a little bit
Dang,
nerve
we
wracking,
sound
but
good on live.
we do it. We do it because we like it. We do
Dang.
it. So today we are going to start with a question. We're going to start with a question. What am I looking for? What are we looking
What
for?
are we looking
What
for?
are we
What are
looking
you
for?
looking for?
Hello, everybody who's watching. Let me see. Oh my God.
We got
Please.
3 people live
All
with you.
right. Woohoo. We are so
Comments.
excited. Comments. Okay, so make sure you comment. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me
And
what's
if you're
going
listening
on.
to this from the podcast, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for listening. I know we got a couple episodes up on the Maria and Friends podcast. Thank you so much for listening. So whether you're live with us right now or you're listening to us on the podcast, thank you so much. And that's a great segue to talk about our podcast. For those
Yes.
of you that do know and those of you that don't know, for those of you that have seen us go live before, we've taken a lot of the episodes that we've made and put them up for as listenable podcasts. So again, what's up, everybody listening to the podcast? What's good? I know Gabriel listens. Gabriel's a podcast listener. He's a heavy podcast listener. So uh later down the line, what's up? So the Maria and Friends podcast. It's called the Maria and Friends podcast. So look for it. It's up on Spotify, Apple Music. Um, where else? It's up anywhere you can find podcasts. It's up there. It's hosted by Buzzsprout. So right now we have it, after as of the time of recording of this, we have 3 episodes up. So I'm excited for you. You got
Uh,
your own
I
podcast.
know I'm excited. So, but today, I think if you please subscribe to the podcast, download it, listen to it. It's full of information. It's
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
It's great. So, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about what I am looking for, what we are looking for. And
Mm-hmm.
what I am looking for is that person that wants to start a podcast, that wants to start YouTube channel, that wants to start their Instagram, that wants to start a Facebook Live, that person that wants to grow their account, that is looking to start something creative. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the person
Yeah.
that has never done a live, maybe. Or maybe they've done a couple of lives and they're not
Experimented with it a
sure,
little bit. Yeah.
experimented. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those creative people that are looking for an outlet that they want to create. So I am looking for you. Estoy buscando, vamos, lo voy a decir un poquito en español. Estoy buscando, ¿qué estoy buscando yo? Estoy buscando a la persona que quiere empezar en las redes sociales para su negocio, para anunciar sus servicios, para anunciar lo que está haciendo y no sabe cómo, porque es algo bien interesante que va a hablar Daniel ahorita de cómo está cambiando la situación en el mundo, está cambiando la necesidad de usar como una herramienta adicional las redes sociales para anunciar tu negocio, para anunciar tu servicio, lo que estás haciendo, aún tu mensaje. Si tú tienes un mensaje positivo y lo quieres anunciar, quieres decir tu experiencia, compartirla, quieres abrir un canal de cocinar, quieres abrir un canal de jardinería, todas esas
Mm-hmm.
cosas. Eso es esa es la persona que estoy buscando. That's the person I'm looking for. The person that wants to start a channel, a cooking channel, a gardening channel. They just want to talk about their
Just
experience. They
content, anything.
just any type of content that you want to create. There's always somebody out there that wants to hear about your experience, that wants to know how you did it, that wants to see how you're doing it so they can learn from you. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the person who is afraid to be in the front of the camera, but they got that need. They know deep inside they have something to share. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for you. For you know who I'm talking about. I'm looking for you. You know that you have a message to share. You know that you need to start using the socials, the networking. You need to start using, you know, the Facebook, the Instagram. You want to use those to get your message out because it will benefit your business. It'll benefit, whatever is it that you're doing, your projects. That's what I'm looking for because it's a game changer. It's
Yeah.
I know that advertising and different types of things is still good.
Yeah.
Advertising in the radio is excellent. Advertising in television is excellent. Advertising in newspaper, digital form, it's excellent. Any type, billboards, all of those are excellent and they do work and you'll reach people anyway. That's really good. However, social media is another additional form. It's another tool. It's not the only tool, but if you don't use it, if you don't start moving with the times, you leaving money on the table.
I wouldn't say, not like to disagree or anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say it's another tool. I really believe it's becoming the replacement.
Yeah, that's true though. That's
It's
true.
becoming, um, because we were having this conversation, like, because we were talking, because we talk about a lot about, because we've begun to teach a lot of these things. We've begun to, with things with like social up. Things with like social up and things that we're pursuing, that we're doing. We talk a lot about how digital media is expanding rapidly, and we're a great example of those people that see that, and we're jumping on it because now we're starting
Yeah,
to teach the
absolutely.
things so we can teach
Absolutely.
other people how to jump on it too, because we want to kind of transfer what we see. And because we have conversations a lot about just like different things, things that are coming up, things that are coming out, things that are rapidly changing, and it's crazy because um, yeah, I truly believe, I think, I really believe digital media and social media is slowly replacing, um, is absolutely replacing a lot of the way you consume content before. Because before you would take out, what, like an ad in a magazine, you would take out a newspaper ad. I can't remember the last time I looked at the what is it, the classifieds in the newspaper. Like, I've
I
never.
the other day I was at Circle K and I looked at the newspaper. It's so thin. It looks like a flyer. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I used to work for can I say the
yeah,
name of
Greeley Tribune. They're
I used
still
to work for
around, I
the
think.
Greeley Tribune. I don't know
They're
if there's
like would be El Paso Times.
I used to work for Greeley Tribune in Colorado. I don't know if they're still, still
Last
existing.
time I thought they were still there.
No, I thought they closed it down and now it's
I don't know.
something
They
else.
might have changed buildings.
But it used to be thick.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, it
remember.
used the Greeley Tribune. It used to be long, and it used to be thick.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
it went to longer form, thinner form, and then it kept shrinking. And the other day, I couldn't believe it. I picked it up. I picked up the newspaper, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like a flyer thin. I couldn't
yeah. It
believe
looks like
it.
a brochure.
Yes, I was shocked.
And
I was
so
so
it's
shocked.
it's it's interesting because we're living in a time now where things are rapidly shifting. And I forgot who I was talking to, but I made a joke. I'm like, is this how people felt when they invented the printing press and the
Oh my
magazine?
god, yeah.
Because you know how there was that whole. So because I was watching, actually I was watching Drunk History. You ever see Drunk
Yeah,
History?
it's pretty good.
So they were talking about how, I forget what episode it was, but they were talking about how when printing presses and magazines came around, there was a lot of people like calling it the devil and saying that
Oh
it was
yeah.
evil and that it was like controlling minds and it was brainwashing people. And it's just
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
and it's funny because you think about it now, you're just like, really, the printing press.
Yes,
And it's like we live in a time and age now where I don't have to go pick up a book.
absolutely.
I can go download like thousands upon thousands of books without ever having touching a paperback. And it's interesting now because the way information, and it's crazy because, like, even for example, printing presses back then, when magazines first came out, that's how they would literally, there was literally magazine wars. I mean, there's literally article wars because no one could fact check anybody, so they would just have to take it as fact. So it's interesting to see that now we live in a time and age where information is so rapid and accessible that we're in a metamorphosis of sorts. Like we're transitioning from one media to another, and everything's so rapid, and everything can be so rapid and so detailed, and it's to the point now where I think where platforms used to be only text based,
Yeah.
now everything's moving toward video, toward video and live streaming, and because with like things like Twitch, and every now we're at the point where just about every social media platform has live functionality.
It
It
does.
has a live broadcasting functionality.
Exactly.
Like even
TikTok has,
even Amazon
Instagram.
has live.
Amazon has
Yeah,
live. When did
if
they
you
start
guys
that?
if you
When would you
guys
use Amazon for
so
live?
if you've never seen it, go shop on Amazon,
Uh huh.
and there's people live broadcasting
What
products.
products?
Mhm.
So it's like a commercial. Oh, which
It's
is
like the Home Shopping Network.
you gotta be kidding me! I'm
Yeah,
gonna check that
it's. I'm
out.
telling you, it's next time you're looking for like chones or whatever, like look at
Oh
the
my
media,
god,
because like how
for real?
okay, so you're in the Amazon app, right?
Yeah.
I To be honest, I'm in the Amazon app a lot. I window shop on Amazon a lot. So if you go down, depending on how popular your product
Yeah.
is, like if it's an Amazon choice, like what's got the
Mhm.
little Amazon choice on
Yeah.
there, if you go down, depending on the product, you can go. Where it's
So
got
there's
the
live people
live. There's people that are
using,
live.
but is it live in regards to that product?
That product might be included in their life.
Oh
Does
wow,
that
that's
make sense?
crazy.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Home Shopping Network.
Oh wow,
It's
that's
like if Amazon,
crazy. I didn't know that.
like it's crazy because I was just like the other day I was literally watching one. I was just like, how? And like for example, I watch a lot of computer building videos because I'm super into tech. I want to build my own computers, and I'm super into like these budget builds that people are doing because like the new wave right now. There's these guys. They're called the Toasty Bros. The Toasty Bros. Now every computer that they build, they do a broadcast for, right? They
Oh
do a
wow.
broadcast and a YouTube video, and the YouTube video is like their content for that goes up in their main channels. They also go live, and depending on the products that they're using, they're also live on
Amazon.
Amazon.
Oh, so you can
So
shop the product right there and then.
now get this. Here's where the trick is.
Oh
Not only are they using a model of content creation where they're batch recording at one time,
yes.
but depending on who they're sponsored with, it's the same people that they have in their affiliate links.
Wow.
So, for example, Crucial is a brand of hard drives. So they build computers. They're like, hey guys, we're going to use this, or they use memory. They're like, hey guys, we're going to use this memory from Crucial. Their link is in the description of the video. So then this video is sponsored by Crucial, right?
Wow, that's
But they're
crazy.
live in the post for Crucial's sell, like for their product. So it's crazy because we live in a time and age now where everything's so fast, and you get served up everything at one time.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And so
So I want you to explain a little bit what batch
batch recording,
batch recording is, and
batching
then
your
we'll go
content.
into the so you can explain why the commercial.
Oh, the
Oh,
death
that
of the
made that
commercial,
yeah,
like when we're
the
talking about.
commercial is almost is
Yeah.
getting non-existent.
So
So
so so okay,
batch recording.
batch recording is okay. So content creators, because we're live in social up right
Yeah.
now. What's up, social up, social up? What's up? What's happening?
Instagram. Hello everybody. Instagram. Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? Hello.
So batch recording is when you take, okay, say for example you're going to make a series of videos,
Mhm.
and you do multiple videos at once. You record.
Let's say this podcast that this record that
So
we're doing
for
right now.
example, we are batch recording right now,
Yeah.
right? So for example, for right now, we are live on Facebook Live.
Yes.
We're live on Instagram. Normally we do TikTok, but my phone's about to die. But we're live on those different pages. So my personal page, your personal page, and the social love group
Yes.
page, right? Those are 3 different places that we're live. Now that video goes up after. I'm going to take the audio from this live recording, and it's going to go up as a podcast episode.
Okay.
Okay. Now on top of that, it can get cut into little segments, not only for our YouTube page, or this will go up as a YouTube video too. So you have the video, the 3 lives, then you have the podcast episode, and then you have however many clips we post. So that's what, 9 different places off of just 1 hour of content. So batch recording is when you take one thing and you record multiple episodes, and you get multiple pieces of content out of that one thing.
Wow.
And so, for example, if you're doing a series, like I've done it before too, where if you do a series of videos, you record them all like in the same day, and then you release them as separate videos. If you subscribe to a bunch of people on like YouTube or TikTok or different platforms, they'll have like a part one, part two, part three video, and that's a series of videos, but they recorded it all at one time, but
It's divided
they're
in different things.
scheduling when it gets released.
So
So
that's
if that's batch recording, which is very smart because you can schedule your content releases, and that's where you start to get that trick of that's like one of the principles of making a living off of content creation, which we'll talk about
yeah.
here in a second because there's like me personally right now there isn't a better time to start to be a content creator.
This is a time.
It's
This is the
insane.
best time. I am telling you. I am telling you. This
It's
is the best
crazy.
time. And you want to explain why? There's going to be a shift. Not that it's already happened, but
It's already
it's
here. Like
already
it's
here.
already
But it's
happening.
a shift that's going to happen in the way companies advertise.
So yeah, well to finish that thought of batch creation, that's one of the principles for sure that you need to master
Absolutely.
when you become a full-time content creator, because you can because think about it, a lot of people and creators that you've watched, they've taken like a full day and they've recorded like there's people that there's content creators that I watch, they'll take they only really work maybe 3 days out of the whole week because 3 days you're recording and then they have editors that they send all that stuff to.
Correct.
And so what they'll do is they'll schedule days. So that's where you get into and we can talk about it later. There's this current not fad, but this current movement on YouTube where you have YouTube creator collectives. So you have like 5 YouTube creators and they're all together in a team
Oh
and they're
yes,
all in each
yes.
other's videos.
Yes, and you see that a lot in TikTok
Yeah.
where they're collaborating and like you pull
Yeah.
your people, you pull my people.
Yep.
You have
Hmm.
they just
And
collaborate
so
in
and so it's
videos and
cool because
it's
like
really good. It's really smart. It's brilliant.
yeah, it's brilliant because you can
They're
take
not in competition.
the
They're helping each other. I
yeah.
love that.
And so think about it. If you take 10 creators, you put them all together and everyone batch records for each other's channel, you take a week and you create 3 months of content.
Oh yeah,
And you
absolutely.
can have a vacation forever. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah,
only
yeah.
work so in reality, think about it. If you only work one one week out of the month, I would do that.
Yeah.
Easy. Now, if you think like these creators, like one person I think of notably who does it very well would be like Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast has an entire team and production company behind him, right? Because he takes for like a long time to do these major videos. But he's able to push out these videos because he pulls together all his resources, takes about 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, however long to take that one video, puts it out, and immediately the next week he's working on his next video.
Wow.
So he has a consistent schedule of high ranking, high end, high produced videos coming out regularly. So his content release is never interrupted.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And then depending on your content, if you scale that down to like 4 or 5, say you do barbecue, right?
Yeah.
Say you're a barbecue creator, and you're like, oh, we're gonna do carne asadas, but we're gonna do different kinds of carne asada. We're gonna do like frontera carne asada.
Yeah.
We're gonna do like West Coast carne asada. We're gonna do like
Cali carne asada.
like say you have a
Even if you
whole.
do enchiladas, can you imagine doing enchiladas?
It always
Well,
comes down to food. We always talk
oh
about
my
when it comes
god,
to food.
enchiladas. Can you can start a whole channel just on enchiladas. Enchiladas de todas partes del mundo.
And so now think about it. Say if you get
Enchiladas from all 50 states.
like say you get 5 different creators. Now think about it. So you get 5 different creators, and all those 5 creators make each other's enchiladas. That's 5 videos from 5 different creators.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Or like the girls that I was talking to. I was talking to some girls today, and I was just like, I wanted to say, what?
just grab them and shake.
Oh
Like,
my
what are you
God.
doing?
Because I was talking to them, and they said they're just amazing young ladies, amazing young ladies.
Business owners.
They're gonna, yeah. They started their own business. They're collaborating. They're gonna be with us. They're gonna be with us in the event this
nice.
Saturday. So you're gonna get to meet them.
New creator event. What's
New
up?
creator events. If you're gonna be there, it's gonna be amazing. Well, these two girls, they're there. At this meeting that I was today, and I was talking to them, and I was asking what they do, and they were telling me we were starting this gift business. We have gifts. We create gifts for every occasion, and then specialized, and we're starting our business. And I said, okay, and how are you growing it? And they said, well, we have some pictures on Instagram, and we have a couple of pictures in Facebook, and that's it. And I'm like, what?
You're like, that's not enough.
And I said, you don't do lives on Facebook? No, well, es que we're waiting. Waiting on what?
I know, waiting on
And I'm
what?
like, aren't you doing videos and posting them on YouTube? How do you do the floor arrangements?
That
How you
see,
do
like,
all those things? Well, is that we really don't know? I'm like, what?
it's like, I will
I'm
show
like,
you.
no. And I said, no, no, no. You can be doing. I told him you can do videos on how you're arranging the flowers, how you even the
How do you
deliveries,
even pick?
how how you pick the things that you're using, the
Yeah.
materials. You can be talking. You can expose different arrangements that you have done already. And
Or
I'm like,
like, what is
what
it
are
like
you
on
talking about? What's going on? I'm like,
what is it, those people on TikTok? I watch them every now and again, kind of as a guilty pleasure, just because they come up. Like those people who are just sitting there quietly, not they're not like narrating anything, but they're just at work. Like, what is it? Yesterday, there's this guy on TikTok, right?
uh-huh.
He, I don't know, I don't know anything about him or his page or anything, but I guess he works for a corn company
Oh,
or
wow.
something. But anyway, what he does is he processes the crops. So he literally like zip ties his phone to like a pole that got to like a support beam, and you just see a bunch of people just like,
Oh, I saw that the other.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
were just
Están
like,
en la pizca, están en el campo.
yeah, and so it's like I'm just like
Y la gente le está mandando un dinero porque están en la pizca, and
yeah,
they're just, yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, I
and he
saw
just
that.
zipped. And I said, I'll watch it for like about an hour straight. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
He didn't say anything. He didn't do nothing. He's like, gracias, blah, 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 and then just
Oh,
like,
porque le estaban mandando dinero, le estaban mandando
and so
on
it's
TikTok.
cool. I'm just like, that's content. Like that's, I mean, he
I
didn't.
mean it, and the thing is, I remember because I watched a little bit. Excuse me, and people, because I don't know if you know this, but when people send you stars and they send you like, that's money.
Gifts, yeah,
That's
gifts,
when they're sending you a gift, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, whatever platform
yeah,
they're sending you.
that's money.
That's
That's actual
money. I
money.
don't know if y'all know that, but that's money that because you have to buy the stars.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have to
yeah.
buy the little digits and widgets that you send in TikTok. That costs money. So let's say, well, it doesn't cost a lot. Let's say that
It's like
each of them,
$2.
like, $2. But if you get,
$2 from like 1,000
if
people.
you get
Yeah,
$2 from 1,000 people,
2 grand. Hey, send me
yes,
1,000 people. Send me $2, please.
right, you can do a lot for an hour of just doing what you normally
Like
do.
doing what you're already doing.
Yeah, if you're cooking, people like to see. They just like to watch and see,
Yeah, and
and
it's
just
like
it's enjoying
I don't
because
know
you
what
see.
it is. It's like visual white noise. You're just like, you'll never touch corn like that in your life, but you're just like, okay, cool. Like there's this guy that I watch. I actually have notifications on, but he's somewhere randomly in Russia. But what he does is that he works at a junkyard and he does the processing before they smash the cars. So his
Oh,
job, he
really?
has, yeah. So his job, he has to break off, like he has to crack the glass, he has to break the glass, and he has to break off edges, so stuff that escapes in the
Yeah.
trash compactor. So I'm sitting there watching like an hour of this dude just beat cars with
Oh
a
my
bat,
god.
and I'm just
I
like, this is
You know what
amazing.
relaxes me? Cooking channels. And I don't even cook anymore. I used to cook a lot, but I have all these videos I've saved. I have all these
Oh yeah,
recipes
me
I want to
too.
do, and I don't cook. I don't cook anymore. I don't cook. But it's like, wow. And then I like to I like to see a lot of videos about teaching, like teaching the word of God,
Oh, got you. Yeah.
preaching, all that.
Mhm.
There's so much content out
There's a
there.
lot of
It's like,
content. There's a
so
lot of
I was talking
content.
to these girls. I'm like, no, 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 no. You are leaving
Money,
clients.
money,
Like I keep
money
one of my favorite sayings
on
is,
the table.
it doesn't matter if you have a good business if nobody knows who you are or where you're at or how to find you.
That's true.
It doesn't matter if you have a good product if nobody knows it exists. It doesn't matter if you have a good service, if you're a great customer service, if nobody can find you, nobody knows about you.
Yeah, it's true. Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I know that there's a lot of forms. We're just saying that social media is another one. Just add it
Social media,
to the
social
list of your
media,
resources. Just add it to the
like social media again. I think social media and digital content creation is replacing what we understand to be the normal
You want to explain about
of
the almost
yeah, yeah,
non-existent
yeah,
or
yeah.
the new commercial? The new
So
commercial, you can say
so
that.
so because I was what I was because I like to keep up in different things, and I've seen this trend. I've seen this um just this interesting shift. And somebody was talking about it, and then it just like things that I've seen. So I was right. Probably last week when to people who follow cryptocurrency, when like or this week actually Bitcoin took a huge dive, and I think Luna and a couple other cryptocurrencies took a huge dive. So a lot of people are freaking out and pulling out. Some people are buying up. It just started this conversation again of just like, and I think recently a lot of NFTs took a huge hit too. So like it's creating this conversation of just like, oh man, how crypto was supposed to be this answer to this thing, and a lot of people are freaking out. But I mean, it happens. It happens with a new type
It's
of
how the market
currency.
is. It's just
It's just the way it goes, right? Again, someone who doesn't follow it as close. I'm not a person that follows it super close, so don't at me. But
don't come at me.
don't at me in the comments, please. And that's just one of the things. It took a dive, so it started this conversation of just like people freaking out. So then now the reason why that's important, because I recently saw a lot of these people who were like crypto people are now making this shift to, now they have to like they've invested so much in crypto, they've done the whole crypto thing. Now they're looking for the next step. And it's interesting because I'll see like articles, and I'll read articles about like the job market and things, and how companies are struggling, because you have this workforce that doesn't want to go back to work for the wages that these companies are offering.
It amazes me how I don't remember last time I saw so many want ads. And
Yeah,
even you go to some places and they will have a sign there, due to a staff shortage,
shortage. Yeah,
please be mindful, or
patient,
please be patient, with our level of service.
and
Because
it's
they
and
don't want to,
it's
they
yeah,
don't, it's you know what, it's kind of hard. It's kind of
it's
hard
difficult.
let me put it this way, it's kind of hard to go back to regular work after you've had a different way of staying home and making money,
and
or staying
it's
home
like,
and recording videos about making food you could make for a restaurant and getting paid, and
sure,
just
and
it's
it's
just
not
all that.
even,
It's just
and
crazy.
it's like not, it's not even that. It's just like a lot of people are seeing that these companies aren't willing to pay the wage, not an unlivable wage. So like, for example, we're in Texas. Our minimum wage is still 720, 750, something like that, right?
Wow.
The average cost of a household for us to live in Texas, your minimum wage should be like 21 something.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So like it's crazy, because then like we're in the middle of this like housing surge, where like houses that used to cost like what, 20 grand,
Right now
23
is
grand.
it's a good time to buy.
It's just like, it's crazy.
It's about, how would you say, it's the buyer's market right now.
I don't know about that. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's just everything's so crazy right now. And so you're left in this interesting, in this interesting, not conundrum, but you're in this weird position where you got this workforce which now is more accepting of a gig, like the gig economy is blowing up, right? So it is funny because you'll see help wanted ads all over the place, but Uber Eats has more drivers, and like things like DoorDash and things like GoPuff and things like, uh you know
Lyft.
well, Lyft doesn't do food services, but like what I'm saying is like, you'll see a lot more of these people working these types of food service jobs, but they won't go to work for the food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's because they're making more delivering. They're making more delivering for these apps than they are actually working for these companies. And it's an interesting thing because that extends to what we're teaching. Because we're teaching, a lot of people are seeing that you can make a living being a content creator, just creating content of what
I remember a
you
long
know how
time
to do.
you used to say, I'm a content creator, and you're like,
You're like,
what?
whatever.
What does that? That's not a real job. That's
Yeah,
not a real.
yeah.
Well, it is starting to be now.
Yeah, it's in that, and it's crazy because that's exactly what's happening right now. That's where the shift is. You have people that are making, um they've replaced their full-time income. And that's the thing, like, you have people now. And so like me and my friends make this joke because we're just like, it's a common, it's actually a pretty common millennial joke, because we're just like, dang, I spent all this time graduating just so I got a master's in science so I could serve burgers. And it's like a common meme too, where you're just like, yeah, I'm 17, and you're like, oh, I graduated, like you graduated, but they want 20 years experience, and you're like 19. So it's just like, how, like, mathematically it's impossible. What you're demanding of me is impossible. So now you have people who've triplicated their net worth without ever having to graduate, creating content.
But we still believe in education.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Because I'll have to say, I want somebody, I want a doctor who's graduated from a
If
medical
you're going
school
to operate
to
on my
operate on
heart,
me.
if you're going to operate on my heart,
I want somebody who studies something.
like if you're going to operate on my heart, don't be like, yeah, I have 3.7 million YouTube subscribers to my VR surgeon channel. I would be like, sir, just end me. End me. But
So
it's and so what we're getting at is like
yeah,
now is a great time. I can't think of a better time to begin to create, to be a content creator, because things are shifting so rapidly. And I was talking to my mom. I was talking to my mom about this idea, this not this idea, but this thing that I'm seeing. It's like we're seeing what do they call it? The death of the commercial.
yes,
We're seeing the death of basic kind of sort of the basically the death of a commercial. And what I meant by that was we're in this space now where companies are starting to see the value of content creators, because understand that uh content creation and platforms like YouTube, platforms like Facebook, and free social media platforms, the way they make their money is through ad revenue, right? So, for example, say you monetize your YouTube channels on YouTube. The first thing you sign up for is AdSense, and AdSense is basically YouTube gets paid all this money to push targeted ads from different companies on videos, right? Those ads that you see when you use YouTube and you skip that or whatever, right? Okay, cool. Those ads that no one ever pays attention
yeah.
to. Somebody pays YouTube money to run those ads. And so what ends up happening is that the more people that watch your videos, the longer they spend, the more ads that they watch, you get more of that kickback from that income. Okay, great. Most of every platform works like that. Facebook works like that. TikTok works like that. Every platform does. You see ads, like if you see ads on whatever you're using, somebody paid for that ad. And creators are now being able to get that money because you're seeing the shift in where a company that's trying to recoup a lot of the money. So the companies that are trying to recoup a lot of the cost, that a lot of the money they lost during things like the pandemic and the shutdown and stuff like that, they're trying to figure out how to make that money back. The only way they
Hmm.
can make that money back is if they sell products. For them to sell products, they have to advertise. But if they're trying to make money back, they're trying to figure out ways to cut costs so they can increase their profit, so they
Instead
can
of a
gain.
5 million,
Right. So instead of yeah, exactly. So instead of a $5 million advertising budget, they'll take $2 million of that and they'll divide it over like 1,000 creators.
yeah,
That's so much small. That's so much. That's significantly less than what they would spend, on MSNBC to push all their things, or to
hmm,
spend, on a television station for them to push their ads. And it's like you can just do that with content creators, because like we're in a time and place now where it's common to hear like, hey guys, welcome back to my video. Today's video is sponsored by whoever,
yeah.
and they have like a 2-minute thing, and then they jump into the rest of the video. The video, the content of that video could be 3 minutes, but it's a 4-minute video because you have a 1-minute ad in that video.
I can't tell you personally how many times I have seen something on TikTok, like a new mascara, or I've seen a product in TikTok, and I'm like, oh my god! I saw a preferred creator of mine. She's used it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I want that. It looks good, and it seems like it's gonna work. So I'll go and I'll go to Walmart or different places where it's available. It's
And buy it.
gone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
immediately gone, and I'm like, what happened? Everybody saw it on TikTok, and
And
they went and
yeah,
got it.
and the genius thing about that
It's
is
crazy.
the content creators are more effective than national commercial campaigns, because of how targeted everything gets, because these algorithms will serve specific creators depending on the algorithm, right? These companies will hire people like us who know the platforms, and they'll find creators that fall in their niche of their products. So it's kind of the other way around. Instead of you finding your niche as a creator, the products will find creators who are operating in their niche. So, for example, say Nike is going to hire a bunch of creators, they're going to look for fitness influencers.
Yeah.
They're going to look for models, fitness influencers. They're going to look for active wear enthusiasts. They're going to look for people like that. And so what they're going to do is they're going to reach out to them. They're like, hey, we'll send you like 4 pairs of shoes. We'll send you 4 pairs of shoes, like 6 shirts, 3 shorts, and we'll pay you like $400 to do one video for us. Me as a creator, I'm like, yeah, I got free clothes and $400. I'm living the dream. But you're increasing Nike's sales in that particular product.
Absolutely.
I think about
I get reached out already.
And so,
and I'm like,
and it's crazy because like now, as on the company side of things, you're spending less on more targetable ads. So now your ads are more effective because now you have now instead of trying to spend money on instead of trying to spend money on big names like familiar faces to sell your product, like instead of A-list actors pushing your product, you're selling it to familiar faces. And companies have caught on that people buy from who they know and who they trust. And if who they know and who they trust are those content creators, now you give them product and they're immediately selling your product. And people like us who consume content don't even second guess. They're like, hey, I saw this dude using that. I want to buy it.
Yeah, it's just simple like that. I'm telling you, I've spent a lot of time. Oh, and you even make content out of that. And you'll see, well, look what Facebook made me buy. Look what TikTok made me buy. Look what Instagram made me buy. And
I watch those videos. Yeah, I watch those videos all the time. Like all the things about like TikTok made me buy it. Yeah, there's and that's funny because now as a content creator, you learn how to leverage that because now we understand things like batch recording. We understand like targeted ads, and so now you start perpetuating your income because now you can make series out of getting paid to do series.
And another thing I've seen is like I have seen people buy a product that they like and tag and tag the company. So the company, somebody in the company will see that and maybe reach out to you because you're using that product.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey,
it's
I can become a sponsor. Or they'll say, hey, everybody, let's tag Coca-Cola because I'm drinking, the Coca-Cola and things like that. And everybody tags that. And then
they're like, sponsor me, Coke.
Yeah. And then you become a sponsor. Just it's very creative the way you can get sponsors.
Now, and then that's funny because now these companies are like trying to convince those same people like, hey, you know what? You can come work for me for 40 hours for $6 for $7 on the per hour. You can work 148 hours and get like $600 versus I can do 1 3-minute video and get $800 plus a bunch of free clothes.
Yep.
So, and it's interesting because we're in a time now where it's interesting because this content creation game is just spreading like wildfire, and that's the thing. And I think the thing that we say a lot that we can't say enough is that there's a niche for everything.
Oh my God, there is.
Like even all the weird stuff that you're into, somebody's into it, and there's a whole community of people that are into it, and you can get paid for that.
There's communities. I mean, Facebook itself promotes communities. Facebook itself, promotes community because that's a niche for everything. Like it promotes dog lovers. It promotes groups
even weird stuff like
bird watching.
Like one of the things that I find weird that I'm really into that I don't tell a lot of people that I'm into is like one of my deep dark secret fascinations. God,
I don't think you want to say it right now.
No, it's stationery.
Oh yeah,
stationery like pens, like paper clips. I'm never going to use paper clips in my life, but show me a box of paper clips. Where'd you get those paper clips? What kind of paper clips do you have? Are they vinyl wrap paper clips? Are they multicolored vinyl wrap paper clips? Are they textured paper clips? What kind of pens did you buy?
They have little monitos and things like that attached to the paper clips. And
and I'm like, where did you buy these pens? Are these pens good? Like, do a writing test, or how did you get the paper? Where's the paper at? So like on TikTok, there's a couple followers. There's a couple people I follow. And they do Office Depot hauls. They do stationery hauls. So they'll go to Office Depot and they'll buy a bunch of pens. And what they'll do is they'll go cheapest to most expensive. And they'll do like cheapest pens. And they'll do writing tests with like cheap pens. And you're just like, oh, these pens are cool. Oh, these pens are cool. Like, the S pens?
Yeah.
I tried them because I saw the commercials. Not the commercials, but I saw somebody using them. They're like, guys, you have to check out these S pens. So I went and I bought the Sharpie pens. And I'm like, these pens are insane.
Oh,
if you guys have never now, real quick, I'm gonna take a break from our entire thing to say, if you've never tried the Sharpie S pen, it is the best pen I've ever used.
It is the Sharpie pen. It is the one that you go click click.
No, not so you have.
I like that one. The one that goes click click. I
It's
loved
not.
it.
It's
I
not a.
used it
It's
a
not
lot.
a. It's not a Sharpie. It's the Sharpie gel pen. Remember the ones I gave you, the black barrel one,
Oh, those are
the Sharpie belt
nice.
pens, not
Those
the
are nice.
the Sharpie gel pens,
Yes, those
not
are nice.
not the Sharpie, not the Click
The Sharpie,
Sharpie.
yeah,
No, the
those are
Sharpie
nice.
gel pens.
You see, this is an opportunity with Sharpies out there. They want to sponsor us.
Yeah,
There you
Sharpie.
go.
Add us so we can offer S pens as part of our course.
There you go. All right. So talking about our course, you want to go ahead and explain what's happening this Saturday? Saturday.
Hold on, keep going, keep going. You're doing good. You're doing
Okay,
good.
okay.
You're
I thought
doing
you were
good.
reaching out for something.
No,
So
no,
this
no.
Saturday, the 21st, from 1 to 3, we are going to be having a new creators course. And in this course, we are going to teach you the basics of starting on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and all these amazing platforms that we have talked about. And we're going to tell you how to start your career, how to start your new project, your side gig, whatever is it that you want to call
Yeah,
it. So
turn your project into money, bro.
yes. Oh my God. It's amazing. And you're like, no, nobody wants to hear me. Nobody, I don't have nothing to say. You're wrong. Oh my God, you're absolutely wrong. There's always somebody that wants to hear what you're saying, that hears your message, that understand what
Yeah,
you're
no, no,
sharing.
for real.
That
And
is
it's
just,
funny because like you can getting too niche isn't a thing. I totally showed my desktop, but I'm gonna show you guys. There we go.
there you go. Ooh, ooh.
So there you go. It's the Social Love New Creative course, and as my mom was saying, it is to get you started, to get you started. So the whole goal of this thing is like if you're new or just starting, by the end of this course, you're gonna leave being able to post a video to any of these platforms
Yes.
and grow your presence online.
And we're gonna have some raffles, some exciting raffles. We're gonna be raffling some art. We're gonna be raffling a logo design. We're gonna raffle some one-on-one coaching.
Hmm.
So it's exciting.
And it's cool
It's
because
gonna be
this
high
is
energy. I'm excited. It's
I'm
gonna be high
excited
energy.
too.
Ooh,
It's
ooh,
There's going to
ooh.
be so much information. We've been working hard, like
Yes.
hard, hard,
Look at
hard.
these bags. Oh my God. So we have some resources that we're gonna offer to you. We have a list of free resources available for content creators, or they're free or at very, very low, extremely cost.
So yeah, because we're part as part of this course. There's a cost to get into this course. It's $49. $49. What does $49 give you? So $49 gives you a basic understanding of every platform, being Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We're going to go over how to create
Yes.
the content, what kind of content you're going to create, and we're also going to show you how, we're going to show you what you should be creating, how you should create it, and how often you should post it so you can get out there and start getting eyes on your products and eyes on your story. We're also going to be going over what equipment and stuff you should use. We're going to be going over, I have the graphic right there. We're also going to be going over what equipment you should use, some tactics you should use, how to get great video, how to make great video, how to get great audio, much like you're hearing right now, like podcast
Yes.
level quality.
Hello.
What's
Yes.
up, baby? We're going to be going over all that stuff. And we've compiled resources that you're going to be able to use as a part of this course. We have things like an actual resource list, which is a list of free apps,
Yes.
low cost apps, and a lot of these different things that you're going to be able to use to
Yes.
create content. We also have a creator course, a creator worksheet that's going to show you what you
Yes.
should be doing. It's going to ask all the important questions so you know
Yes.
what kind of content creating and why you're creating it. And then we also have a thing like a handle sheet, which you're going to be able to keep all your accounts straight so you can
Yes.
see your overall strategy and figure out how to effectively create the content and to how to effectively push your content so you can create your own synergy as a creator so you can be constantly putting out on every platform. Because as we were talking earlier, to kind of wrap everything up, we were talking earlier about content creation and batch creation, right?
Yes.
So if you learn how to leverage batch creation on multiple platforms, instead of multiple platforms, they become multiple streams of income because you can get money off of every platform creating content. And if you can leverage batch creation across all those platforms, so think about it. Okay, $60 a video off of one platform isn't a lot. But if I'm getting $60 a video and I'm creating 10 videos at a time off of four platforms, that starts to stack.
It does.
That starts to stack. And then now, if one platform gets low, you have four or five other ones that are in an uptick. And that's not even including the products you can sell. That's not even including the sponsorships and the partnerships, and that's not including a lot of the other things that you that you can be doing. Like in that's why there's no better time to be a content creator than there is now, because you can further your own product, you can further your own business, your own service, or you can just create content and be your own business. I know it sounds very crypto-y, but this is the thing. You are going to be your own business because you can do anything, and that's the whole idea of Social Up. Because we're not trying to create YouTubers, we're not trying to create Facebook personalities, we're not trying to create professional TikTokers. We're trying to create professional content creators. We're trying to create, basically entrepreneurs, because you can sell anything, you can do anything, and people will pay you for your time. People will pay you for your niche. People will pay you for your voice. People will pay you for all the weird stuff that you're into.
Oh yeah.
And people will follow you because you're good at it. And we're going to make you good at it. So that's why this new creator course for us is really, really a labor of love, because we're just like, bro, there's so many. If you only knew how to start, your
That's all.
options would
That's
be
all
endless.
We're just gonna give you the push you need to start. This is all about
And that's the
starting.
thing. Like, we're going to show you how to start correctly.
Mhm.
Because I know me personally, I have about 4 failed YouTube channels, and I have one that started to take off and I just kind of let die. Remember the living in
Yeah.
Quieres?
That's
Like, and I'll touch on that one really quick. I had like about 4 different failed YouTube channels, and the one that I really, really tried on, I only ever posted 2 videos, and in less than 4 months of those 2 videos, they both cracked about 3,000 views each. And all I did was take a video of me eating tacos. I kid you not. It was just
It
me
was
eating
good.
tacos with the homies. And I'm just like, had I stuck to that channel and I grown it, I mean, it would be insane.
It would be insane. There's a lot of places, good places to eat at Paris.
Oh my god, there's so many. But
So
that's what this new creator course is for. You're gonna get a bunch of resources, not only to keep your stuff in order, but to give you a strategy. Because that, again, for me personally, that's the hardest part of creating content, because the options are endless. It becomes overwhelming, and you get like this creative paralysis, because you're just like, oh, I could do anything. Yeah, you can do anything, but then you're just like, oh, I can do anything.
but start with one thing.
Hmm. And
Start
so
with one
that's what
thing.
this course is about. We're gonna help you figure out what kind of content you should be creating, and then how to start creating that effectively,
Yeah.
so that way you can build your business off of your niche and your content and your voice and your following, and so that way your tribe can finance your videos. Dun dun.
Done, done. So we want to just tell you thank you so much for staying with us and watching. And if you are watching this, I want to know where you're watching from. Put a comment, say hi, hello, how are you? See you on Saturday. If you have need any more questions, let us know. You want to know about the registration. I mean, the seats are getting filled, people. They're getting filled.
Yeah, I know we're
So,
we're a
and
little bit above.
we're gonna have the Zoom available. So, also, if you can't make it, but you want to watch from wherever you're at, you want to watch it Zoom, give me a DM, send me a message, and we'll get you all the information you
We'll
need.
get you hooked up. And for those of you watching this, listening to this later on the podcast, we haven't figured out a way to. Well, we can, but I don't think we're going to release that course as a podcast. We may later on down the
Segments.
line. But there's a lot of great information. Definitely. If you're a podcast listener, thank you so much
Thank you,
for
thank you, thank you.
engaging. Thank you, whether it be on Spotify, because Spotify is the best. If you're if you're on Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever the case, wherever you're listening to us from, definitely reach out, hit us up on social, upinfo.com. Check out our socials, hit us up. There'll be some YouTube videos in partnership with some of the companies that help us put on Social Up. We'll be here pretty soon. So definitely hit us up. Let us know you're listening, because we know we get quite a few listeners, because I watch the metrics. But let us know if you're listening. Reach out to us. We want to start a conversation. We want to start. So if you got a podcast, chances are you got a Facebook. If you got a Facebook, join the Social Up Facebook group. We want to reach out. We want to talk
Yes.
to you. We want to
Yes.
see your pretty face. And
Yes.
even if it's ugly, it's pretty to us.
All right. So we want to thank you again. And don't forget to
Social
social
love.
up.
Peace, 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 peace.